Man, I am beyond excited right now to talk about some huge news in the beat 'em up community. This was just released. It's like almost midnight here in Orlando. I just got back from a all-day flight from Los Angeles, which by the way is still the most amazing city on the planet. I would love to live there. But I'm getting ready to go to bed. Actually, I'm not. My sleep cycle's all screwed up. But I see this released today. Double Dragon Advance and Super Double Dragon, one of my favorite games ever, is coming to modern consoles this year, November 9th, 2023. And it's going to be part of the Double Dragon Collection. The long-awaited missing entries make a double comeback. So you're going to get 6 games in the Double Dragon Collection. These are the first official ports of these games. The only way to get them before was via emulation. They were never on any Nintendo store, any PlayStation store, any Xbox, any Steam, anywhere. But they're actually coming back, and they're going to be ported as part of a collection. So if you're a fan of Double Dragon, good old Bimmy and Jimmy, who I love these games, then you are super, super excited for this. So they're going to be released digitally on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series SX, the Xbox One, and Steam for a whopping HK 5470. I did a translation on that, and it's $7 US. I don't know what the translation cost is going to be here. Actually, I assume it's going to be more than $7. I don't care. I'm buying it. You're going to get 6 games. I got some gameplay in case you don't remember how amazing these games are. In addition, both games will be repackaged and sold together with all the other Double Dragon on the Nintendo Switch in a physical box package, the Double Dragon Collection, which I am beyond excited for, again, because Nintendo Switch has become my official kind of museum console, and I have gone out of my way to download tons and tons and tons of, not download, I mean physically buy, actually little game cartridges of libraries of games, the Genesis collection and the Castlevania Advance collection, and now the Double Dragon collection. And that's going to be like my legacy console. So this is just like the best news I could have possibly heard today. I'm so excited. You're going to get Super Double Dragon Advance, Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, Double Dragon 3 The Sacred Stones, and Double Dragon 4. It's going to come out November 9th, 2023. Let's jump over. I just pulled random gameplay, by the way, of just stuff that I found online. Now, again, these are older games, but just pivotal to me personally, and I think many others who really fell in love with beat-em-up games. Back when these were out, you didn't really have a lot of options in this genre. And I think Double Dragon did such an awesome job. I think Super Double Dragon in particular, what you're looking at here, the airport, one of the most iconic soundtracks. I did mute it, but one of the most iconic soundtracks by far of any Double Dragon game. I'm so excited to get to play this. Let's go ahead and pause this. We'll jump over. You could check out, this is Double Dragon Advance, which I've actually never played. I know there was a huge renaissance of really good ports over to the Game Boy Advance, and I'm so glad. I mentioned earlier the Castlevania Advance collection. It's nice to see that Double Dragon Advance, port is going to be ported in, because I'm guessing a lot of people probably didn't play this one. I've never played it. I'm super excited. Anything Double Dragon, I'm going to dive in on, so that looks really, really fun. And then all these other ones you probably recognize. This is the original Double Dragon. I think this is the 3rd level where you're in the forest. This game was insanely, stupidly hard because you didn't really have a lot of health. You took damage very, very quickly, and enemies kind of popped in. There was some odd platforming and a little bit kind of halfway through the game that made it difficult as well. But really excited to replay this again, although this is probably the one I'm the least excited about because this has been ported over a zillion billion times. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. This was a really cool game because The platforming was difficult, but you could really exploit it and blow enemies off the cliff constantly. You can kind of kite them through the ladder and force them off. And this had a really advanced grappling system, much more than the original Double Dragon. I think this was probably one of the first Nintendo games I ever owned, if I had to really think about it. I know I played like Popeye when I was a kid, but I remember playing this game ad nauseum. I must have beat this game 2,000 times. A lot of really cool weapons, really cool boss fights. Really enjoyed this one. So you're going to get that as well. Moving down the line, we got Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones. To me, this one wasn't as good. I feel like at this point, some of the mechanics were a little odd. Definitely the animations were weird. They were trying different things, but your characters kind of had those like knock-kneed, the way they stood. When they would hold weapons, they'd kind of twist them around in kind of weird position. I feel like this was like the last of right before we jumped to Super Nintendo. So this particular game wasn't like really doing it for me, but in fairness of completion, I'm excited that that's actually coming out. And then Double Dragon 4, which I did review not too long ago, actually. Very low-rated game, came out very recently, like in the last couple of years, seemingly out of nowhere. Everyone's like, wait, you're doing this throwback. You went back to the Double Dragon 2 engine, which I think was the right choice, at least in terms of the animation. But you also had that really punishing just kind of stun lock, as you're seeing here. There's a random clip I found, but this game was very difficult. It had a lot of really ridiculous platforming at the end as well that would just basically one-shot kill you when you fell off the screen. So you're going to get that as well. What you're not going to get, but I'm super excited about, and since I'm talking Double Dragon, is you are not going to get the Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons, which just came out. I'll be doing a review on that. I get my copy tomorrow, so I should have some gameplay probably next week. But man, if you're a Double Dragon fan right now, between the new release of the new Double Dragon game I just showed there, plus the announcement of this collection, which includes the super rare Double Dragon and Double Dragon Advance, man, oh my god, I am stoked. I am so stoked. You guys have no idea how cool this is. Day one purchase for me. I don't care if I got to export this thing like I did with my copy of River City Ransom 3 Kingdoms. I don't care. I will pay whatever to get this officially, to have it, physical cartridge, so I could play this game until I can't play games anymore on my Switch. So stoked. So stoked. I'll post a link to this article in the description box below. You can check it out if you want to read it for yourself. It does come from the Japanese website, but Edge did a pretty good job of kind of porting over the language. There is some artifacting up here, so keep that in mind. But whew, what a good day for us beat 'em up fans, huh? Am I right? Am I right?